Doctors in Kenya perform brain surgery on the wrong patient. How you doing, folks? I'm John Lasota. It's March 7th, 2018, and you're in the garage. With me tonight, as always, Walt Campos. Say hello, Walt.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
And through the blizzard, Scott Zielinski.
Hey, how y'all doing?
So, workers at the hospital in Nairobi accidentally switched ID tags between a guy who needed a blood clot removed and a dude who just needed a minor treatment. And so the workers there, they didn't notice. They had no idea until they sawed the guy's skull off, and they couldn't find the brain clot.
It's like,
That's fucking
it is. Like, what was your first indicator?
horrible. Well, I mean, I guess if everything goes by the tags, though, that's why it's so important to have the chart, have the toe tags, because they really have no idea.
But you're supposed to, there's always like cross references. See, that's what the problem is, right? You know, you can't just go by the tags. That's only one piece of information.
It's true. Walt, Peterson would say you have to have 5 points of reference in an argument, and nobody can beat you. Don't you think the hospital should have 5 points of identification, for fuck's sake?
Absolutely, and one of them should be keeping them awake and not not putting them under anesthesia until they've actually told you what they're there for.
Right.
That's just me. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but that's just me.
Right, like, sir, what are you here for?
Exactly.
Hemorrhoids.
Well,
We cut open the wrong end.
I'm not here for that.
Oh.
You got the wrong
It's
guy.
interesting, though. His comrades, though, were backing him up. Like, he was dismissed, and the group was like, sort of protesting. We're like, no, we're backing this guy up, the doctor.
All I know is that it happened at the hospital in Nairobi.
The hospital.
The one.
It's like Eddie Murphy in Coming to America when he told everybody he went to the university.
Right.
Horrible. I mean,
That's
I don't
a good
know.
point.
Yeah. Like certain things, they start to make sense. Oh, look at this.
Right.
Joining
You're
us.
like,
Speaking of patience.
Exactly. Thaddeus is giving us the eye after he was just giving somebody else the brown eye.
Oh.
Say hello, Thaddeus.
Hello, Thaddeus.
There he is, Thaddeus Smith.
What's
So
going
yeah,
on?
what you missed is about the brain surgery in Nairobi where they cut off open the wrong guy's head.
Mistakes happen. I don't understand why everybody is upset. I don't. It happens.
because he opened the wrong skull.
You know what? I mean, these tools are, sophisticated. Not everybody can use them, right?
That's why you have malpractice insurance, right?
Yeah, exactly. That wouldn't be a thing if, malpractice didn't happen.
Isn't that like the second leading cause of death here in America?
Yes.
What, people?
Yeah, like medical error is like the second. It's like 200,000 people die a year from medical malpractice.
Oh, Jesus.
Absolutely true.
Crazy shit, man. Well, see, I mean, but like, did I miss something? Was somebody chiming in there? Uh-oh.
He's got to take another shit.
I thought. See, I thought I heard somebody talking. I thought like Scotty was trying to say something, but it was his asshole.
It was the feces. It was talking to him.
His asshole's whistling.
Yeah. That fucking shit came and it was like, I will rain down upon you with furious anger.
Horrible. All right. So let's on that note,
What
a prostitute sparked a frenzy at a hotel, posting a free sex ad and the room number. A 19-year-old blogger in China. She posted on some social media site, "Somebody come get me sex for free," and then she gives the room number for a Hilton hotel.
How is that prostitution if she's giving it for free?
right?
It's true. It's true. That's what I didn't understand about the story. Apparently, well, I don't know. See, they did arrest her for prostitution, but she sent it out on a video with her in a bikini. So the video went viral, and they said a horde of men showed up looking for the room.
She probably didn't actually get banged for prostitute. Well, banged for prostitution, but she probably got like disorderly conduct or inciting a mob or something stupid like that.
Yeah, and they said it was prostitution was the charge that they arrested her for, but by the time the cops got there, she had already taken off. She took care of business and got out. So maybe she took a gangbang. Maybe she took like 100 dudes at once and fucking got out of there.
Either that, or she realized what was going on. Sorry. Just left.
Well, they let her out and they arrested her at the airport the next day.
Yeah, I still don't understand the whole prostitution thing, right? I thought the basis of prostitution, is my general understanding, is the exchange of money for sex. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I would think.
To, right?
Well, we also don't know though. She could have said the sex was free, right? But coming is going to cost you.
Hey, you guys can fuck me all night for free. There's like $1,000 door charge. Sorry. 2 drink minimum.
Hey, man, the free market. It's all about the free market.
Right?
Is it a free market over there?
I don't know.
It's some kind of fucking communist capitalist hybrid now.
She's just an activist, really.
Hey, it's like the guys here that give free hugs.
I would doubt that something like that would be subsidized. So it's probably free market for that.
Well, for that particular thing, and maybe that's the problem. Though. Like, I think that's it. Like, they have capitalism, but like everything has to be sanctioned by the government. So her ass hasn't been sanctioned. She didn't get the right government official to come in and give the stamp of approval for that particular enterprise.
Right.
Come in, John.
She charged him at the door.
Yeah. Well, that was her first mistake. That's why she's trying to give it away for free. That's how she thought it worked.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could do whatever. It's not prostitution to charge you to let you in her room. She paid for that room. If you want to stay with her, you got to give her, what she deems is appropriate.
Right. Or it might be free and you got to pay her to leave.
It's true. Right. You can come in, but, if you don't want the pictures to get out to your wife, you got to pay.
Yeah,
there's cameras everywhere. So, by the way,
Scotty,
it was a good gamble because she only got fined $75.
It's true. It was $75. She got fined. She had to spend like 2 weeks in jail, but she only gets fined because like prostitution over there, it's all right.
Yeah, right. It's like it's becoming
jail. She gets
over here.
Contacts.
Hold on. What's going on here? Yep. I think now there's a awkward pause here, or the video froze again.
You're an awkward pause.
There you go. All right. So we have an update from an earlier story or two.
I love these.
We reported earlier that Lamar Chambers
was
arrested. We reported earlier that Lamar Chambers was arrested on January 19th in England, and they arrested him on suspicion of distributing drugs, right? And they were waiting for him to shit out the evidence. Well, it's become a national interest now, so everybody's wondering if he's going to take a shit.
It's up to people outside the cell.
Yeah, like everybody in the community. It's like the Truman Show. Well, him shitting is like the Truman Show now officially in England, and everybody's wondering when he's going to shit. It's now at 47 days, but, and this is major. 47 days. They have now released him into the custody of medical professionals, and they have dropped the original charges. So far he's done it. He's gone on shit strike, and he's won. And everyone in the nation is eagerly anticipating him dropping that deuce.
He's the real freedom fighter here.
Talk about taking a stand. Anybody can kneel. Are you going to fucking suck up a shit for 47 days?
Anybody can sit on the pot and release their shit.
I mean, talk about the war on drugs. War on drugs, my ass.
Sorry. he does have guys, packing it in for him every night. I'm sure.
They were feeding him oatmeal bars every day, and then they switched to like fruit and nuts, and he still.
The fucking willpower of that man's fucking Kegel or whatever the fuck that is. Right?
That's like that old joke. I'm gonna sew your asshole shut and feed you and feed you.
And feeding you and feeding you.
They give it a brand.
He's gonna die.
Sphincter control, bro.
You do know that, right? He's gonna die.
Could be. Well, what we know now is that a teenage girl can go 8 weeks without shitting. That's 50. What is that? 56 days.
Yeah.
See, he's broken the English record, but maybe our people are a little more fortified.
Yeah, or stubborn.
Especially if they keep feeding your brand.
Scotty,
if you honor what he stands for, then yeah, he could die for it.
He's a martyr. And the war on drugs.
The fucking most fabulous thing too would be if he fucking dies of not shitting, and they fucking now let's open him up and get the drugs, obviously, right?
And there's none there.
Can't fucking find anything.
Yeah. Oh,
that would be.
That would be like what happened to Geraldo with Al Capone's tomb.
Right. What's his kid's name? Lamar Jackson? What the hell's his name? Yeah,
that
Lamar Chambers.
Yes.
Lamar. There he is, Lamar Chambers. He is Capone's fault. His asshole is Capone's fault.
I would do that.
You know what would be crazy if
you do what? Hold on. What would Scotty do?
What he's doing, I would take a stand
and not shit.
No. Even if I didn't have anything to hide, I would do that.
Scotty would not shit for 8 weeks just so he could get on YouTube, just so he could be a national story.
I didn't find anything.
Whoa, what were you saying, man?
Yeah, you know, it'd be crazy if if let's say he dies and he gets martyred by drug addicts. Would that be kind of like, would he be their Jesus Christ? Would he be like would his birthday be Christmas, like a Christmas day, in which you give each other shit or something for like as a gift,
little Mr. Hanky toys?
Yeah, just like, hey, it like another 420, but like almost like a religion,
I mean, there have been religions built around worse, I guess.
Yes.
Spaghetti monsters.
But I don't know. I told you guys the story of doodoo.com, the best $40 I ever spent.
It would be,
you all know that story.
Yes.
You can't do that anymore here. You can't. I mean, maybe in England's different. I mean, in England, you could dress as Ronald McDonald's and go to fucking Burger King and storm the place and chant your burgers suck, whatever the fuck it was. You could do anything over there.
Serious
it seems.
Stuff.
I mean, like in Scotland, every day they're fucking dogs and shit, and and getting married to them and stuff like that. I don't know, fucking weird. But here in the States, you just can't mail shit to people's house anymore.
No. Or leave it on their front step.
Well, you could do that if it's your own shit. It's the mailing of shit to people that they don't allow.
Where have our freedoms gone? That's all I have to say.
I was gonna say, yeah, land of the free, my ass. That's the thing you learn when you become a grown up.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So a husband killed his wife with an explosive used as a sex toy. Yeah.
Honey, why is that dildo shaped like dynamite?
It's a Peruvian guy. He shoved a 16-inch long, 2.5-inch wide mortar into his wife's vag. Yeah, it didn't blow her up though.
What?
Yeah, it did. It was a mortar, but it didn't blow her up. He didn't shove it in her vag and it blew up. That's not what happened. I mean, actually, he probably would have lost a hand if it went that way.
Well, you leave and say, "Hey, honey, I gotta plug." It's one of those ones I gotta plug in. Sorry.
Well, he told the cops that he was so drunk that the only thing he remembers was his wife asking him to use normal household products as sex toys. Basically, yeah, shove that at me, shove that up there. So somehow
Yeah, but
they had a.
How is
Apparently in Peru, you have mortars lying around.
I was gonna say?
Like, was it like a homemade potato gun fucking mortar?
You know, there are some places you just might need a pipe bomb ready once in a while.
Shit, you never know when they're gonna call you when it's your turn.
You know,
What I would have done is I would have
Moscato.
put a grenade in there with a long string at the end of it, and then I said, hold on, baby, I gotta go get the light in the kitchen. Hold on a second, and then just go in the kitchen, and I'll pull it right there.
that's a mess.
Boom.
Officer, I don't know what happened. I left the room. The next thing I know, my mortar's sticking out of her vag. I mean, you've been there, right?
Yeah, they found it in a bag, right? They found the bloody mortar. It was bloody. They found the bloody mortar in a bag with her pubes on it and a bunch of other sex toys and a bottle of painkillers.
Oh, so finally somebody who doesn't shave.
That's what Scotty takes from that.
Yes. There's bloody mortars, loose vaginas. Somebody didn't shave in that stuff.
You know what, though? People are into some weird shit. Guaranteed there's a porn out there of people just taking broomsticks and whatever they find around, spatulas or whatever they find around the house and fucking shoving it up there. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a famous video of a chick taking a fist all the way to the elbow. Fist all the way to the elbow.
Yeah. I don't understand how could someone tickling your large intestine
Well, they were grabbing her tonsils.
like be a thing? Like let me oh shit, wait, hold on. Yeah, there we go.
Horrible.
It's like when you're doing the fucking puzzles on like the back of the cereal, you know, oh, that's a dead end. Go back, retrace your steps. Okay. Oh, there's the cookie crisp. Oh, okay. I got it now. Like, what kind of fucking organs do you need to navigate if you're the fister?
Well, I don't think you worry about that if you're the fister. I think that's the whole point. I think it takes a certain kind of person to do that, you know. So like, bring in the fister.
You know that there's decapitation porn?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
There's like faces of death of porn, you know, like
there's bullshit. Decapitation porn. Like, you know why I know that? You want to hear something fucked up? You know why I know that?
No.
Because my ex-drummer murdered somebody.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yo, listen to this shit.
Yeah, my ex-drummer from like 16 years ago, he murdered somebody. He murdered somebody 10 years ago, though. And one of the things that they found in his, where he lived was decapitation porn. And what he did was he actually killed somebody, kept the head in the trunk, and chopped everything else up and put it into garbage bins. True story.
As you would, you know.
As one would, right? Yeah. And the sick thing is he went to work. He did all this shit. He went to work, and then when he came back, his mom had given him up because he was living with his mother, and his mom gave him up because she found the body parts. And
I'm tired of making meatloaf.
And so the only thing that they couldn't find was the head, and of course the head was in his trunk. So he had the head in the trunk for some weird reason. I will never know to this day.
He was fucking it. He was fucking its mouth.
I don't know. But the weird thing is he went to work. That's the thing that people don't really understand is he was so out of his mind that he did this, and he went to work. He was working as like a betting salesman or something, according to the story I read, and I had stopped talking to him in like years before, so I didn't know anything about his life. But he had been working as a betting salesman. He fucking went to work after he did this shit. Never mind, he also on the way to the killing, he also ran somebody over, and that person was in the hospital and saw him on the news getting arrested and said, "That's the guy that ran me over."
That's the fucker that hit me.
That's the guy that hit me, yeah.
Imagine that Walt behind the door behind Walt just swings open and there's some dude standing there in a Slayer shirt.
That's him.
You were never supposed to tell.
That's where I just nope out of everything. Live in the woods.
It's so weird because like I the brief time that I knew him, I knew that he was really messed up and he needed help. He needed help, and like we all tried to help him, and it was just like no use. We tried to talk to him, and just some people are just beyond. He was going through a drug withdrawal. So,
Scotty, what do you think about that, Scotty?
Yeah, like sometimes it's futile. Like, and the thing is, it's like he was saying, he was so dispassionate. He's got a head in his trunk, and he just goes to work like it's any other day. You can't help a person like that.
Well, you probably can. You can help them. 2 seconds.
Isn't that what they say though? Like that. Like that's like the right when they say someone's like snapped. Right. It's that like disconnection, I guess, from what you're doing. That it made perfect sense for him to go to work because shit.
Well, he has no empathy. So it is
in trouble.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
Like the decapitation thing. That's just my porn. But if I'm late to work, they're gonna fucking dock my pay.
It's true.
Right. Because he's not looking at the ramifications. He's still thinking like, hey, this is my future. This is not a part of it. Like I gotta work and pay the bills. There is no I forget the word for it. There's no like long-term effect that he's thinking about.
Mm-hmm. There's just disassociation.
If I don't get that paycheck, I can't afford those new clippers I have my eye on.
Mm-hmm. I can't buy a second trunk when I run out of room for more heads.
Right? You need a case for them, right?
I imagine him like if he kept going, like he would have made shelves like in Futurama, the heads in the fucking water.
Yeah, I almost built my wall.
And everybody's all pissed off, like Mom.
So here's a fun one though.
The cops.
Scotty was thinking about moving to Florida before he decided to go back home. But he probably should have come here. A father and daughter were caught having sex in their backyard. You could have been watching them, Scotty. Of course, this was in Florida.
No, yeah, of course it's Florida.
Of course it is.
No freaking way.
Yeah, this is Panama City, Florida. I think it's on the Panhandle.
I've heard of it. I just can't remember where it is.
Yeah, well, all I know is they confessed to having consensual sex, but they insisted it was only a one-time thing.
That's my favorite part of the
whole story. It's just this once. I promise. I swear. It's just this once.
Yeah, I wanted his dick, but I swear to God it was the first time. Said the person that this definitely wasn't the first time for.
So I know what it smells like in the dark.
He said he wanted to remember Mama like she used to be.
Oh, horrible.
And I tell you that the fucking winners in those pictures too. Like,
oh yeah, well, I mean, they look like brother and sister though.
Yeah. You look at them and you're just like, your family's been fucking each other for a while. It's probably not a big deal.
I mean, it's probably his sister's probably the mother.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible.
At the very least,
you're my sister. You're my mother. You're my sister.
They had to go to court on incest charges, and the judge ordered them to stay away from each other.
See, I don't know, man. The libertarian in me is just like, hey, you know what?
I mean, guys want
to say that they can't do that.
You know what they say? If you can't keep it in your pants, keep it in the family.
Exactly.
But I mean seriously, it was only our first time.
But I'm like,
what? And we're getting a little bit of lag, so there's some cutoffs in there.
All right, it's all part of live production.
Yeah, that's you're gonna have that sometimes. Sometimes you're gonna have somebody blowing a horse.
Mm.
It's just whatever happens on live TV. You never know.
Right.
You can't predict it. You don't get a lot
I
of
can predict that.
you don't get a lot of consensual incest stories though.
Is it consent though? How old was she?
Well, I mean, I guess she couldn't have been a minor because they would have arrested him on those charges. They would,
kitty porn,
right, molestation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that would be serious. But yeah, so she had to be an adult.
She looked like she was a kid, like a teenager, like not 18, like 16.
Let me tell you something. I work on a college campus. They all look like they're 16. They all look like little kids.
I keep forgetting now that I'm in my 40s. Everybody
Exactly.
looks like a goddamn
Exactly.
child.
You're old enough to be most of their fathers.
But yet I'm not too old to when I drive past the high school, I don't ever stop saying, where the fuck were they when I was in high school?
The problem though is that when he does it, he's driving past there with his dick in his head.
And by driving, he's just standing.
He has a little plastic car that he's sitting in.
Sir, we're going to have to ask you to move your power wheels and put your dick away. It's a school zone. But mostly move the power wheels.
Wait, is that I don't
see. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that for the same reason why I can't piss next to tall people. I don't want them. I couldn't have the security guard look over and say, "Hey, nice dick."
It's a compliment, though.
Yeah.
Especially from a dude who's all self-conscious. If there's a dude telling you nice dick, that's a good
nice
compliment.
dick, man. I wish I had one like that.
What if
mouth?
What if he says?
Then where you go from there?
What if he says? What if he says, "Holy shit, that's the ugliest dick I've ever seen in my life. What the fuck happened to you?"
Then you get offended. See, it's a no-win scenario.
It's a no-win scenario.
Why didn't he want my dick? Why isn't my dick nice? And then, hey,
Why not
kid.
me?
Hey, kid, what are you, like 8, 9? What do you think of this dick?
It's pretty big. Put your hand on it. Just for size matters.
You know what I mean? That's,
You ever seen a grown man naked?
You ever seen a grown man naked before?
You see what happens when you start talking about Florida? Anytime you start talking about Florida, it always gets into there's a disturbing amount of pedophiles around here.
Seriously. That teacher, just recently, right?
I think I got one on my block.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It was somewhere.
Log on to one of those like sex offender sites or whatever, check out the area.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
It's like scary how many dots there are everywhere. Dude.
I know, right? It's like there's more sex offenders than there aren't.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go.
They're everywhere, right? I mean,
you got to read them dots, though. You got to read them dots because some of them dots are like two hot people just got next to offenders for all pedophilia.
Yeah.
It's
or
true. Some
in public or something like that.
Anal sex in St. Patrick's Cathedral, just
right. Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
It wasn't like he was, it's not like they were having vaginal sex before marriage.
Right. I mean, yeah, right. Exactly. It's normal everyday shit. He wanted to keep the marriage pure. So,
Yeah. She wants to wear a white dress.
So, there's a little brown stain instead of a little red stain. Come on.
Right. Same thing. Just different color.
It's the same. Right. Horrible. So, a car exploded after a man used body spray and then light a cigarette. I didn't know they could do that. Guy sprayed some axe in his car.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like this happens every freaking year.
Really?
He didn't just do the zip and the zip. He did he emptied the whole fucking bottle in his cab. Never fucking.
There has to be something more sinister. Like he was giving his balls the axe shower.
He was actually trying to blowtorch his fucking ball hair off so he didn't have to shave.
I don't know what you do at home. Fuck. Now I know what took so long to get on.
You singe it a little. It smells for a few minutes.
Can we interview this guy?
Oh. Yeah,
Truth and interview this guy?
like really, it whatever it was, like I don't know how much Axe body spray he used, but it blew the roof up, blew the windshield out, and blew the doors open.
Shit.
Yeah, like a ball of
That's a
fire.
fucking-
Boom.
Yeah, that is a fucking combustion.
Yeah, yeah,
Had
literally.
to
Like
have something else going on too. Had to have been.
I don't know. I bet you he's doing something fucking untowards with gerbils.
Yeah. Or he tried lighting the actual
that makes
can
me-
on fire.
Not even right. But you guys switching gears. That's through the news portion of our show.
Ooh.
You guys got to see this movie. I rented it the other day. I was fucking shocked. It was because it's called the Stanford Prison Experiment. Okay, it's based on a real shit, right? Based on the Stanford Prison Experiment, and basically, this dude he built a prison in Stanford University in like '71, right? And he got a bunch of people that were going to be prisoners and a bunch of people that were going to be guards, and it was supposed to last like 3 weeks or some shit like that. 2 weeks. It was supposed to last 2 weeks. They had to cancel it after 6 days because the guards got so abusive and the prisoners took it and started getting psychologically fucked up.
Shit, really?
And and it just like it was. They're talking about how it proved the abuse of not only the abuse of power, but again, like Milgram, the obedience to authority. When you start to believe that somebody is in a position of authority over you, you just do whatever they say. You don't even object. You don't even fight back, even though they're fucking abusing you.
If not, he's gonna stick a fucking mortar up your pussy.
It could happen, I mean, this one might explode.
Fuck, who knows?
You said this was the Stanford Prison Experiment?
Yeah. And the movie is based on the book the guy wrote called The Lucifer Effect.
Because I remember reading something where there was a teacher that did that same thing with his students. He indoctrinated them. He created this cult. And like things that were morally right started being sort of like looked the other way because the group mentality was go do this. And it was surprising at how quickly he created this cult. He had to like shut it down before he even got to the point where he thought he would.
Well, I mean, this is essentially the same thing, but they show how like through the abuse you get all the inmates to like have like a group thing, and that if you go against it, they'll rip you apart because you're gonna fuck all them. And even though they had it where certain guys got kicked out because they went nuts, right? But they would bring in an alternate, and the alternate who hadn't been there, like, I'm not doing that. Are you crazy? Yeah. And the rest of them were like, what do you mean you're not doing it? They would give it the eye. It would start to get to a point where you had to do it because otherwise the other inmates are gonna rip you apart.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? We all fuck Big Jim. All right, you gotta fuck Big Jim, otherwise he's gonna fuck all of us again.
Right.
Fucking Big Jim.
Right. It's as simple as that.
That's the shit
It's
that goes
crazy.
down here.
Yeah.
It's fascinating shit.
What was it? Lord of the Flies is the same general premise.
Yeah.
That was more of like, well, what happens when it's like in the wild? What's the least common denominator? But still, regardless, it was interesting the amount of rules that came about. There was still structure to it.
You know what sucks? Your nor'easter is fucking with our feed.
I can drop out if you need it.
No. I mean, don't do that. It's not fucking our feed. What it is that sometimes you talk like Ozzy Osbourne singing a song.
Sure.
Like I'm getting every third word that you say.
I do like the stop.
I've got
I do like
no
the stop
response to
motion
that.
video that he's got.
It's the video, because I don't care about the video getting choppy, but he's like talking and like all of a sudden you like it's every third word. I gotta see when we put it together if I could take every third word and put it together in a sentence that sounds nothing like what he was talking about.
Eat dick often.
That would be.
That'll be another one of our T-shirts. Whenever it comes out, we'll have Scotty's face, all choppy like with his sentence.
Shit in,
Oh
didn't
my God,
shit,
that would
mouth
be awesome.
in, prostitute. Decapitation porn. Just give me that. That's the one word for like 5 minutes.
It's the word of the day, boys and girls.
I was just
I've done that
literally
once.
just going to say that. Somebody's cutting onions, man. I'm crying here.
I had this big ass cup that I had to go get that I had sitting behind the monitor, but for me to reach to get it, it's like I fucking give it some dude a reach around.
Oh, yeah. It's classy.
Hey, that's courteous. It's just exactly. It's courteous.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, you're the asshole in the room if you don't.
Right.
We all fucked
Right.
Big Jim. It's gotta happen.
Gotta happen.
Right.
Be happy nobody's watching.
Goddamn common courtesy of a reach around, and that's your freaking problem. You're going to be marked for that.
Right? Fucking it up for us, dude.
Are people even allowed to talk about these things anymore?
Probably not. We're getting shut down as we talk.
But that's fine. I'm
Reach
going to
arounds
do
are fine.
whatever I can. Yeah. I'm going to, so that people can just be people anymore.
What would it be, like ducks? We're not going to be people. We're going to be ducks.
No, instead of all this, like, I have to worry about, like, what I'm saying or doing because, you know, some group is going to have some issue with it.
Well,
What was the, you know what I was brought up? I was brought up being taught, be yourself. Don't myself now. Or maybe not.
it's like a mime who hasn't learned not to talk.
Okay.
It's been an interesting it's been an interesting experiment tonight. Like, I had to say, I don't know how funny this is going to translate to when people are watching it, but we're cracking the shit out of each other.
I'm having
Exactly.
fun.
The rest of it don't matter. Yeah, hell yeah. So many onions, man. Onions.
It's like a mime, but like a really, really shitty one.
It's that mime that is really fucking loud.
Oh no, I'm in a box. Hey,
Was he trying to
this rope
mime
is
a reach
fucking
around?
full.
He was miming a reach around.
Right. I'm around.
And now I grab your dick from behind. What, dude? Shut up!
What?
It's I got a mime.
If you're gonna talk, just wipe that shit off your face.
It makes weird otherwise. Leave it to you to make a fucking reach around weird.
It's just common courtesy.
What the hell are we talking about?
Shit.
I don't even remember. I don't know, but this show went off the rails real quick. I probably
Jesus.
should have stuck to more topics.
Hey guys, let's ad-lib a little. Get more stories.
It's terrible because it really
Okay,
fucking.
ad-lib. Let me see. Decapitated mind sex.
Yes. A mime that's been
Decapitated mime
decapitated
sex.
that hasn't had a shit for 47 days.
Right, forgot about that.
So if it's decapitated mime sex, right?
Yes.
Obviously, he's not going to make a sound.
Not anymore. He learned his lesson,
It's
huh?
the perfect mime.
But, like, which side do you take?
Whichever one you want at that point.
Oh, I get it.
Now
Not
you
like
get it,
he's
huh?
gonna say anything.
Now he
I
gets it.
forgot about the other.
Well, I mean, if you I guess if you have an extra motor lying around,
Let's see where this thing fits.
I was surprised. I'm definitely surprised that Walt never heard of any porn that has, that we're with taking household utensils and shoving them up there. I'm surprised he probably has one on his phone.
Why Walt? Is Walt
Nah,
all in the
nah.
porn? Is that it?
Walt once spent like $30,000 in a strip club in like 3 weeks.
Holy shit! We have to do an
Whoa.
We have to do app.
And that was it.
I think that was.
sorry,
I think he's trying to get us to start
episode
drugs or
on
something.
that.
Scotty is holding back a monster shit, except the bag broke in his stomach.
No, I said we have to. Walt, 30,000 at a strip club?
That
That's a
is an
story.
exaggeration.
Of course, it's an exaggeration.
Exaggeration. It was only over 11 days.
That's fine.
It was
The internet.
it was under 10. I don't know how much it was. It was a lot though.
Every time somebody else tells a story, the amount gets greater. Every time Walt tells the story, it gets a little bit less. It was like $17 or something, blown out of proportion. I mean, I know
The
it was a
amount
lot.
doesn't matter. Right, but if you hit the thousands, the amount doesn't matter.
Mm.
Like the actual literal amount doesn't matter if it's somewhere in the thousands.
It wasn't because of the sex, it's because they said they were 18.
I went there to read the articles.
Oh my god!
Horrible.
Walt, what did you do with all the blisters on your fingertips from doing the make it rain fucking shit?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Shooting that shit out like an ATM.
Wait, what ATMs are you going to?
I don't know, the ones that shoot out cash. It's fun. It's like one of those grabs at fucking Chuck E. Cheese.
I would be careful with Thaddeus doing that with his hands and everything. He was just in the fucking shitter for like 6 hours.
I pinched back a couple while we're talking here.
You know, like
No,
he might
no
be
fucking
trying to
sharks
flick,
during the show.
he might try to be getting something out from under his nails or something.
from the fisting from earlier.
Horrible.
Oh my god!
There's no
Yeah,
way you
something
can come
did
out without something under your fingernails.
It's true. Like how do you not accidentally pull out something like that's not supposed to be pulled out?
Like a fucking
I watched-
intestine.
You ever see
Oh my
brutaldildo.com?
No.
Yeah, brutaldildo.com. Yeah. So this is one video, and they take this fucking dildo. It's like, I don't know, it's huge. I mean, it's not that big, but it's big. And they shove it in this girl's asshole. Right? And they do whatever the business they had to do in it. And when they pull it out, right, her like asshole is like sucked out.
Mm.
And then it does like this weird
Prolapse.
thing. It does this weird thing where it was like a volcano exploding, only nothing came out. I don't know. It's like hard to describe what this was. It was like it sucked in and sucked out, and sucked in and sucked out and sucked in, and there's this giant hole like this with a nerve hanging out. I don't know if I described it properly. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
No, the fucking the volcano with a dick sticking out. No, we got it.
But like, I mean, that's just from a dildo. Like somebody's like,
Yeah.
I can't even get into the screen. I can't even get into the screen right. You know, horrible.
I didn't even realize fucking shit's pretty big. I almost can't even fit it in the screen. Yep, that's right, ladies.
Like and like, what happens if you're the guy that comes up after that? It's gonna be like throwing a matchstick in a volcano.
Like a hot dog down a hallway.
It's horrible. I mean, does it
you
go
feel
back?
that baby? You feel that baby? Yeah. When are you gonna put it in though?
Oh God, it's not even right. Hold on, I got a 2x4.
Hold on, I got a mortar.
What happens if we like this?
fucking- Oh, yeah, I don't know.
I was
All right.
on freaking mute the whole damn time.
So I think that's pretty good for the night. It's getting on.
I mean, how are we gonna top old volcano ass?
It's true. How do you? It's really there's nowhere else to go from here but down.
Mm.
I don't know. Asshole pain. of a silent there.
All I know is that he said, "I don't know, asshole."
I was thinking the
No, I
same
said
thing.
asshole.
There's definitely a fucking sentence in there of his that he doesn't want getting out.
I don't know how to
It's
sign
like
language. I
Rain
need
Man.
to sign language.
S hole S hole.
Painting.
Hey,
Asshole painting.
SSHOLE. Everybody.
Walt,
Yes, sir.
did we lose you, buddy?
Long time ago.
He was just thinking about the decapitation porn a little more.
Yeah, he's not sure which end he's going to take. Tell you what, though, if I see that door behind you swing open, I'm going to freak the fuck out.
I'm just like turning the main breaker.
I don't know. That sounds like dirty talk. He's turning the main breaker over there.
Yeah.
He's
I'll
gonna
get that
manually
volcano
pump it.
down. I got the main breaker right here.
He's gonna manually pump it. He's gonna get it charged.
Requires a lot of friction.
He's like a World War II submarine.
One of those fucking rails.
There's a lot of semen in a
You got the hand bike thing.
Saying.
Horrible. Anyway, on that note, let's get the hell out of here for tonight. Any last thoughts, fellas?
When cucumbers just won't do it anymore. Mortars are us.
No human fouling.
No human fouling. Walt, what's going on, Walt?
Take care of the Kinko's guy.
Well, he likes his catchphrases.
Tried and true.
Scotty, what are you thinking about?
Worst comes to worst, you can always paint with your asshole.
That's disgusting. If you were to do that, though, what to paint with your asshole, right? How hairy would that fucker have to be? You'd have to have like the Greg the Hammer Valentine, only be growing it around your asshole, right?
You know, barber, you shape up my asshole.
You'd have a Greg the Hammer Valentine fucking out of your asshole with shit all over.
No, don't think of it as a brush. Think of it as like a spray paint.
Oh, he's going for the avant-garde, new age art.
It's I really like the earthy tones, but where'd you get the reds?
Yeah, don't ask about the reds.
What do you call this? What do you call this painting? Sunday night splatter.
Well, I mean, you could probably get away with it, though. You could probably, like, the way these fuckers buy this stupid shit, you could probably get a campus.
It happened for real, bro.
You could probably fucking spray
Dude,
diarrhea all over a white campus and sell that shit.
I didn't
kind
make it
of
up,
paint
dude.
do you
I was
use?
in
It has the most a peculiar smell.
That was just the weirdest fucking thing that I've ever seen, ever. I don't know what Thaddeus was doing, and Scotty was talking at the same time, only Scotty was doing his Aussie thing where every 3 words was going through. It was just so fucking bizarre. Like, I don't know what just happened.
Bad night to come back. Well, we'll post.
All right. Well, yeah, let's get out of here for that. On that note. All right, fellas. I'll talk to you later. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye-bye.